The Mark, Episode 3, The Remembering. I flicked through the channels on TV. It was about 11 o'clock at night. The windows were covered with curtains and the lights were low. I was left to my memories. I didn't like that. I didn't like to remember, to relive the past. But I couldn't help it. They were there and always would be. I only had some vague idea about what actually happened to me. It was about 10 years ago. I was an intern at the lab just outside town. My parents figured a government job would be a great career path, and I was pretty interested in science at the time, so I figured it was a good idea. I wasn't paid at first, but it was fun, and I liked it. That whole summer, I worked at the lab. In the autumn, they had talks of firing the younger staff and replacing them with people more senior. Those few months were a blur, but I remember I was worried about losing my job. I just started to get paid as well. And then, I'm told, there was an accident at the lab. I don't remember exactly what happened. There are some blurry images that I usually see in my nightmares, but that's all. I talked with the doctor once a week, but they couldn't do anything. My eyelids fluttered momentarily. No, I won't let that happen. They closed for longer than they should have. I've got 19 hours, I'm not giving in now. But I did. I couldn't help myself. But I regretted it. I knew I was dreaming. Well, I thought I was. I could never tell. The room looked the same as it should, although the TV wasn't on. All was in dark, save for a small light that lit up the hall. I didn't seem to be able to get up. I should have been able to, but I couldn't. Eventually, I stopped resisting. There was no point. Well, that was before I heard the heavy footsteps coming down the hall. I couldn't see much of it, but I could see enough to notice a huge dark shadow moving stealthily down the hall towards me. I panicked. Who was it? Why here? Why now? If only I could get up, run, hide, anything. But I couldn't. I could only await my impending doom. The lights flickered, then abruptly went out. When they turned on, the most awful sight stood before me. A creature stood before me. It was all dark red, with a back so hunched its long arms scraped the ground. I was sure I'd seen it before. The lights went off. More footsteps. They turned back on. It was closer. Off. On. Too close. Off. Silence, except for my ragged breathing. And when that pale light turned back on, the creature was standing directly before me. I tried to scream, but no sound escaped my lips. It leaned in, and I could see its head. It had no face. Oh, please, no. I trembled as beads of sweat trickled down my face. Although without a mouth, it whispered to me.
Wake up.
My phone was ringing. The creature was gone. I also somehow managed to sprawl across the floor with my face under the table. Guess I was sleeping. I dragged myself back out and reached for my phone. It was lying on the floor beside me. I turned it on. It was Amber, my college roommate, and ex. Well, was my college roommate until I dropped out after 3 semesters. My condition was worsening, and I found it hard to go days without sleeping while studying for a master's degree. I can't quite remember what the program was called, but it was something to help me get back into the lab. For some reason, I wanted to join again. I pressed the answer button and tried to control my breathing. Hi, Ethan. Listen, not time for conversation. Just wanted to let you know Tyler's throwing a party at his house. Everyone's gonna be there. You have to come. Yeah, sure. I'll be there. Give me a couple minutes. I hung up and climbed to my feet. My head was sore, probably from falling to the floor. I really hoped Amber wouldn't be there. I'd only seen her once after we broke up, or after she broke up with me. This party probably wouldn't be fun, but might help with the hallucinations or whatever they were.